Androcles and the Lion. Scene 1. Outside a hut belonging to Androcles and his mother. Enter narrator Wright. He remains on stage throughout.
Back in the days of the Emperor Nero, there lived a rather unlikely hero, a man who loved the birds and bees, a man whose name was Androcles. Androcles lived with his mom, helping her on their tiny farm.
Mother bustles in, stage left, holding a pitchfork or other farm implement.
Androcles, are you up, my son? Have you forgotten there's work to be done?
Androcles shuffles in sleepily.
There's fields to be plowed and corn to be sown, the soil to be watered, the beans the cow to be milked, the pig to be fed, the lamb to be killed.
What? The lamb? Stone dead?
How else? Well, we need the meat. There's nothing else around here to eat.
There's too much killing. How will it end? I can't kill a lamb. I can't eat the lamb. The lamb's my friend. Killing the creature is barbarian. I become a vegetarian.
Vegetarian is something you cannot be. Living in 65 AD, we'd even dry the same to eat. So often tend our flock of sheep.
The sheep are fine. There is no danger. Do you expect some treacherous stranger?
I think your mind is quite besotted. What if a lion or a leopard is spotted?
A leopard is always spotted, mother dear.
Stop dribbling. Get out of here.
Mother throws some farming implement at Androcles. It misses. She goes off stage left, looking very annoyed. Androcles shuffles off stage right.
And sadly, Androcles went off to keep guard over his flock of long-wooled sheep.
Scene 2. A cave. The narrator is still on stage. Androcles enters stage right and sits on a ledge. He gets out a newspaper and a pen, a flask, a picnic box with sandwiches, apples, chocolate bars, etc.
And there, with the crossword on his knee, he drank at least 6 cups of tea, with a nice sandwich made by Ma, an apple and a penguin bar. In fact, he hardly watched his sheep, and very soon he was asleep.
Androcles dozes.
Then, into Androcles' tiny cave, there came a lion, fierce and brave, a vicious beast of blood, a spiller, of men and sheep, a ruthless killer. With claws that tear, with teeth that rend, if you meet this lion, you'll meet your end.
A lion comes in stage left, limping pathetically. Androcles does not notice at first as he is asleep. The lion nudges him and Androcles awakes. Androcles reacts with terror, jumping up on the ledge.
No, please, keep calm. Don't scream, don't yell. I may be a lion, but I need your help.
A talking lion? That makes me gawk. I suppose it's going to be a lion talk.
I need your help. Look at my paw. It's sworn red, just by the claw.
I must take care. I have a hunch. I might become her Sunday lunch.
The skin's all red, all around my paw. Have you never seen a lion raw?
What causes it?
A vicious thorn.
No wonder
Inspecting the paw.
No wonder you're so pale and warm. Let me see. It's gone right into your foot. In fact, it's a splinter. How did you do such a thing yourself? Don't tell me you were putting up a shelf.
I don't put up shelves. No fear, no. I was trying to assemble a very tricky flat-pack wardrobe from IKEA. Is there anything you can do with it?
I need to find my first aid kit.
He finds his first aid kit, uses tweezers and antiseptic cream.
Now, with one gentle squeeze and tweeze, I'll try my tweezers. Look, it eases. Now, hold steady now. Don't roar, don't scream. You need some antiseptic cream to keep it clean and free from messing. I really must apply and dressing.
Fastens a bandage on the paw.
There, that's neatly tied. A bandage. That is morning pride. And you go home, back to your lair, sit down in a nice armchair. And you must take my advice. Elevate your paw and apply some ice. You really look a lion of note. The bandage goes well with your glossy coat.
I'm glad my coat gives satisfaction. I'm told it's my main attraction.
And with a slightly muted roar, the lion went out with the bandaged paw, leaving First Aider Androcles to find his sandwiches and cheese.
Lion walks out, still limping. Androcles goes back to eating his sandwiches.
It happened later that same day. Some Roman soldiers passed that way, searching for Christians to arrest at the emperor's stern behest.
Enter 2 Roman soldiers, stage right.
This is the place we must be near. We heard a Christian lives in here.
And here, he is having arrest. Here, you get up. You're under arrest.
Arrest? What, me? What have I done?
You've had a little bit too much fun. You'll soon be wishing you stayed at home. You're guilty of burning the city of Rome.
But I've never done anyone any harm. I've never even left this farm.
You wish you'd kept your nose cleaner. You're off to perform in the arena.
Perform, but I can't dance or sing.
Don't worry. You won't need to do a thing. Standing still is all you do. The lions will do everything for you.
The soldiers grab Androcles and drag him off stage right. The soldiers laugh as they do so. Androcles is terrified. Scene 3. The arena, Rome. On the right is the seating area where Nero and his wife Poppaea are sitting. There may be a few courtiers or senators with them. On the left is the arena. Androcles and other Christians are pushed into the arena by soldiers.
And so it turned out that Androcles, with thousands of innocent folk like these, was dragged along to the Colosseum to die, with all the Romans there to see him. A footnote here, let's check our data. The Colosseum wasn't built till 10 years later. Now Nero was sitting with all his court, senate, and people watching the sport.
This should be a good day. I wonder what's brewing. My dear, what will be reviewing?
Bring on the lines, no delay, the show must now get underway. I promise a day of non-stop thrills, in fact a feast of non-stop kills. The Christians first, they're the hors getting the punishment they deserve.
Lord, oh Lord, I'm hungry too, bring me Martha. No, bring me too, I'm thirsty, bring me a cup of Coca-Cola, I'm 7 out.
Soldiers bring refreshments to Nero.
You, hold that parasol over my head. The dreadful heat will leave me dead. Let's hide the joy in my heart. I'm going to.
Bring on the lines, no delay. The show must now go get underway. I hope their start. We can't afford failure. Let's all enjoy this action.
The lion enters, or at least the one lion we have already met. The Christians at this point may sing a hymn.
What face this punishment is so great? How the Christians started singing hymn?
Our friendly lion limps towards Androcles.
This is a fate too grim to bear. Now I need to say a prayer.
The lion licks Androcles' hand. Androcles looks at the lion in terror.
The lion's going to eat my arm.
Androcles, you must keep calm. Do not be afraid. It's me, Androcles. You will be free.
It's you? The lion on whom I did first aid?
My debt of gratitude is paid. Lions will always remember a debt. Like elephants, we don't forget. Now come where the grass may well be greener. Walk with me out of this arena.
And so they walked, quite free from harm, on paw, and paw on. And to the beating of the drums, the Romans cheered and raised their thumbs.
Ayy! Androcles and the lion walk off stage together.
I really must be getting groggy. I've always wanted a pet monkey. Do you like being stroked your coat like silk?
Let's go get a saucer of milk.
The moral that this story features, always be kind to your fellow creatures, and to avoid a gruesome fate, get a first aid certificate.
Androcles and the lion. Scene 1. Outside a hut belonging to Androcles and his mother. Enter narrator Wright. She remains on stage throughout.
Back in the days of the Emperor Nero, there lived a rather unlikely hero, a man who loved the birds and bees, a man whose name was Androcles. Androcles lived with his mom, helping her on their tiny farm.
Mother bustles in stage left, holding a pitchfork or other farm implement.
Androcles, are you up, my son? Have you forgotten there's work to be done?
Androcles shuffles in sleepily.
There's fields to be plowed and corn to be sown, the soil to be watered, the beans to be grown, the cow to be milked, the pig to be fed, the lamb to be killed.
What? The lamb is still dead?
How else, you fool? We need the meat. There's nothing else around here to eat.
There's too much killing. How will it end? I can't eat the lamb. The lamb is my friend. Killing the creatures is barbarian. I've become a vegetarian.
A veggie is something you cannot be. We're living in 65 AD. You'd even drive a saint to weep. Go off and tend our flock of sheep.
This sheep are fine. There's no danger. Do you expect some treacherous stranger?
I think your mind is quite besotted. What if a lion or leopard is spotted?
A leopard is always spotted, mother dear.
You fool, stop dribbling. Get out of here.
Mother throws some farming implement at Androcles. It misses. She goes off stage left, looking very annoyed. Androcles shuffles off stage right.
And sadly, Androcles went off to keep guard over his flock of long wool sheep.
Scene 2. A cave. The narrator is still on stage. Androcles enters stage right and sits on a ledge. He gets out a newspaper and a pen, a flask, a picnic box with sandwiches, apples, chocolate bars, etc.
And there, with crossword on his knee, he drank at least 6 cups of tea, with a nice sandwich made by Ma, an apple, and a penguin bar. In fact, he hardly watched the sheep, and very soon he was asleep.
Androcles dozes.
Then into Androcles' tiny cave, there came a lion, fierce and brave, a vicious beast of blood a spiller, of men and sheep a ruthless killer, with claws that tear, with teeth that rend. If you meet this lion, you'll meet your end.
A lion comes in stage left, limping pathetically. Androcles does not notice at first as he is asleep. The lion nudges him and Androcles awakes. Androcles reacts with terror, jumping up on the ledge.
Now, please, keep calm. Don't scream, don't yell. I may be a lion, but I need your help.
A talking lion? That makes me gawk. I suppose it's better than lion talk.
I need your help. Look at my paw. It's sore and red just by the claw.
I must take care. I have a hunch I might become her Sunday lunch.
The skin's all red. All around.
No wonder you're so pale and worn. Let me see. It's gum right into your foot. In fact, it's a splinter. How did you do such a thing to yourself? Don't tell me you were putting up a shelf.
I don't put up shelves. No fear. No. I was trying to assemble a very tricky flat pack wardrobe from IKEA. Is there anything you can do with
I need to find my first aid kit.
He finds his first aid kit, uses tweezers and antiseptic cream.
Now, if one gently squeezes and teases, I'll try my tweezers. Look, it eases. Hold steady now. Don't roar, don't scream. You need some antiseptic cream. To keep it clean and free from messing, I really must apply dressing.
Fastens a bandage on the paw.
There, that's neatly tied. A bandage that is warmer's bride. When you get home, back to your lair, sit down in a nice armchair. And then you must take my advice. Elevate your paw and apply some ice. You really look like a lion of note. The bandage goes well with your glossy coat.
I'm glad my coat gives satisfaction. I'm told it's my main attraction.
And with a slightly muted roar, the lion went out with a bandaged paw, leaving first aider Androcles to finish his sandwiches and cheese.
Lion walks out, still limping. Androcles goes back to eating his sandwiches, etc.
It happened later that same day. Some Roman soldiers passed that way, searching for Christians to arrest at the emperor's stern behest.
Enter 2 Roman soldiers, stage right.
This is the place we must be near. We heard a Christian lives here.
And here he is, having rest. Here, you, get up. You're under arrest.
Arrest? What? Me? What have I done?
You've had a little bit too much fun now. Soon you'll be wishing you stayed home. You're guilty of burning the city of Rome.
But I've never done anyone any harm. I've never even left this farm.
You'll wish you'd kept your nose much cleaner. You're off to perform in the arena.
Perform? But I can't dance or sing.
Don't worry, you won't need to do a thing. Just standing there is all you do. The lions will do everything for you.
The soldiers grab Androcles and drag him off stage right. The soldiers laugh as they do so. Androcles is terrified. Scene 3. The arena, Rome. On the right is the seating area where Nero and his wife Poppaea are sitting. There may be a few courtiers or senators with them. On the left is the arena. Androcles and other Christians are pushed into the arena by soldiers.
So it turned out that Androcles, with thousands of innocent folk like these, was dragged along to the Colosseum to die with all the Romans to see him. A footnote here, let's check our data. The Colosseum wasn't built till 10 years later. Now, Nero was sitting with all his court, senate, and people watching the sport.
Side.
It should be a
I promised a day of non-stop thrills, in fact a feast of non-stop kills. The Christians first bear the hors d'oeuvres, getting the punishment they deserve.
I'm hungry too. Bring me a marzipan. No, bring me two. Thirsty. Ain't I'm thirsty. Bring me thirsty.
Soldiers bring refreshments to Nero.
You, hold that parasol over my head. This drug feet will give me that around my heart. It's time to end him.
Bring on the lions, no delay. The show must now get underway. I hope they're starved. We can't afford failure. Let's all enjoy the Saturnalia.
The lions enter, or at least the one lion we have already met. The Christians at this point sing a hymn.
Why face the punishment so grim? Have the Christians started singing then?
Our friendly lion limps towards Androcles.
This is a fate too grim to bear. Now I need to say a prayer.
The lion licks Androcles' hand. Androcles looks at the lion in terror.
Oh, the lion's going to eat my arm.
Androcles, you must keep calm. Don't be afraid, it's me! Androcles, you will be free!
It's you, the lion on whom I did first aid.
My debt of gratitude is paid, like lions. Lions always remember a debt. Like elephants, we don't forget. Now, come where the grass may well be greener. Walk with me out of this arena.
And so they walked, quite free from harm, arm on paw and paw on arm. And to the beating of the drums, the Romans cheered and raised their thumbs.
Yeah!
Yay! Androcles and the lion walk off stage together.
I really must be getting groggy. I always wanted a pet moggy. Do you like being stroked? Your coat's like silk.
Go get a saucer of milk.
The moral that this story features, always be kind to your fellow creatures, and to avoid a gruesome fate, get a first aid certificate.
Guys, you made it through your first week of camp!